Last week, we conservatives were accused of not having a heart. Nothing could be further from the truth. It's just that we have a mind to go with that heart. And failing to act rationally under the rule of law has created chaos on our borders.
A quick 30-second rebuttal on the specific question. The fence is built. The border is under control. What do you do with 11.5 million people who are here without documents and with U.S.-born children?
Well, that's right. And again, it is sequential, and it depends upon where they live, how long they have been here, if they have a criminal record. All of those things have to be taken into play. It depends upon where they live, how long they have been here, if they have a criminal record. All of those things have to be taken into play.
And it depends upon where they live, how long they've been here.
We can't settle for a president who would encourage more illegal immigration through magnet policies like tuition breaks for illegal aliens or their children.
It is sequential, and it depends upon where they live, how long they have been here, if they have a criminal record. All of those things have to be taken into play.
That's an abuse of an executive power. It's unfair to students who are here legally.
And it depends upon where they live, how long they have been here, if they have a criminal record. All of those things have to be taken into play.
And it's a risk to our national security. We can't settle for a president who says he supports states' rights, but abandoned the state of Arizona when they attempted to do.
And it depends upon where they live, how long they have been here, if they have a criminal record. All of those things have to be taken into play.
The federal government wouldn't enforce immigration laws. We can't settle for a president who thinks building the fence to secure the border is idiocy and on its face ridiculous.
And it depends upon where they live, how long they have been here, if they have a criminal record. All of those things have to be taken into play.
We can't settle for a president who doesn't understand that illegal immigration is illegal and shouldn't be rewarded. I won't settle for porous borders. I will build a fence. And I won't settle for treating college students who are legally in our country unfairly.
And it depends upon where they live, how long they have been here, if they have a criminal record. All of those things have to be taken into play.
And as president, I'll support the states in securing their borders. Just because we have policy differences doesn't make us any less compassionate.
And it depends upon where they live, how long they have been here, if they have a criminal record. All of those things have to be taken into play.
But God bless Rick Perry. He makes the right argument. Michelle Bachmann, because he said the words American way, and if the words American way are going to be used in a sentence, Michelle Bachmann's going to chime in and talk about how un-American Rick Perry is.
I think that the American way is not to give taxpayer-subsidized benefits to people who've broken our laws who are here in the United States illegally. That is not the American way.
And it depends upon where they live, how long they have been here, if they have a criminal record. All of those things have to be taken into play.
Of conviction. Welcome to you.
Thank you, Jeff.
Why don't we start right with that subject of last night and immigration? You got into it a little bit with Newt Gingrich. You're against a broad amnesty for illegal immigrants, but what of his specific point? He was putting that example of someone who's been in the country for 20 years, has children, perhaps grandchildren, paid taxes, lots of local ties. Does that person have to be sent back to his home country?
And it depends upon where they live, how long they have been here, if they have a criminal record. All of those things have to be taken into play.
Regarding people who are in the country, we need to uphold the laws of the land. And
it is sequential, and it depends upon where they live, how long they have been here, if they have a criminal record. All of those things have to be taken into play.
I think that what Speaker Gingrich has said in his prior comments are this. And I think that's why he has a D- on his report card. He has said that we should make the 11 million illegal workers that are in this country legal. And he's also said that he's a backer of the Federal DREAM Act, which is taxpayer-subsidized college benefits for children of illegal aliens. Those are powerful magnets, and he probably has the most liberal position on illegal immigration of any of the candidates in the race.
But you would not.
I said something positive about part of the DREAM Act. Well, nobody ever stopped to say, what part was I talking about? If you are a foreigner and you join the American military and you serve honorably, it's a road to citizenship. Now, if you were somebody who came to the U.S. at 3 years of age and you're now 18, you technically can't join the American military. I thought that particular part of the DREAM Act, to allow people to join the military just as they could if they were in a foreign country, made sense, is honorable, and is good for the country and good for the citizen who does it. That's the part I was referring to.
Not draw any distinction among these 11 million. Sometimes the extreme example is useful just to think about where distinction should be drawn.
Well, I think that we'll deal with this issue as it comes forward, but we know what Speaker Gingrich's position is. He's said quite clearly he would make legal 11 million illegal workers. No other candidate goes that extreme.
And it depends upon where they live, how long they have been here, if they have a criminal record. All of those things have to be taken into play.
Immigration, an issue that is very important in this country and to the Republican primary voters. The Boston Globe interviewed you 2 years ago, and there's a tape of that conversation where you expressed support for the policies of George Bush and John McCain on immigration. Let's watch and listen.
I think an amnesty program is which is all the illegal immigrants who are here are now citizens, and walk up and get your citizenship. What the president has proposed and what Senator McCain and Cornyn have proposed are quite different than that. They require people signing up for registering and receiving if you will, a number, a registration number, then working here for 6 years and paying taxes, not taking benefits, health, Medicaid, food stamps and so forth, not taking benefits, and then at the end of that period, registering to become a citizen or applying to become a citizen and paying a fee, and those are things that are being considered, and I think that those are reasonable proposals.
Reasonable proposals.
And it depends upon where they live, how long they have been here, if they have a criminal record. All of those things have to be taken.
Lowell's Sun, one of your hometown state-home papers, said this: Governor Mitt Romney expressed support for an immigration program that places large numbers of legal residents on the path towards citizenship. I don't believe in rounding up 11 million people and forcing them at gunpoint from our country. With these 11 million people, let's have them registered, know who they are. Those who've been arrested or convicted of crime shouldn't be here. Those that are paying taxes, not taking government benefits, should begin a process towards application for citizenship as they would from their home country. This is George Bush and John McCain.
And it depends upon where they live, how long they have been here, if they have a criminal record. All of those things have to be taken.
Now let's look at those very carefully, okay? And you're a careful reader. In the interview with the Boston Globe, I described all three programs that were out there, described what they were, acknowledged that they were not technically an amnesty program. But I indicated in that same interview that I had not formulated my own proposal.
And those are things that are being considered, and I think that those are reasonable proposals.
Reasonable proposals.
I was endorsing none of those three programs. I did not support any of them. I called them reasonable. They are reasonable efforts to look at the problem. But I said I did not support, and I said specifically in that interview, I have not formulated my own policy, and have not determined which I would support.
And it depends upon where they live, how long they have been here, if they have a criminal record. All of those things have to be taken.
Governor, both in the mail and on the stump and even on television, you talk about how tough you are on immigration, and yet you allowed contractors to be at your house who clearly had illegal immigrants working for them. Do you see a paradox there?
So we went to the company and we said, look, you can't have any illegals working on our property. I'm running for office, for Pete's sake. I can't have illegals. It turns out that once again they
listen, you guys have illegals working for you, and for no other reason than that I'm running for office, you can't have illegals working for you. Otherwise, it would be more acceptable, apparently, to have the illegals. This is not, it's been mentioned a little, but how are people missing this one?
I don't know, because that's the first thing that pointed out to me. I'm wondering, did they beat him up when he got off stage and tell him, his people, that you can't be saying things like that? Because using his own words, it's less offensive if he were not running for president, right?
Exactly. It would not be as egregious of a mistake if he was not a candidate.
And it depends upon where they live, how long they have been here, if they have a criminal record. All of those things have to be taken.